Oh, the Hound of the Baskerville.
It's coming! Sholmes's cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited, breathlessly, in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared. From the shadows of the cloud, an enormous beast sprang out upon us. A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear. "Look well, Wilson," Sholmes declared, gazing upon the mystical beast. "For this is the diabolical Hound of the Baskervilles."
Ow! Also, hey TVFG, how you doing tonight? I just started, so not much going on. Our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash, and that disconcerting courtroom experience we were first thrown into on words. I'm doing all right. Not too much going on. In that disconcerting courtroom experience we were first thrown into on the day we arrived in the country. And in Soseki-san's terrible ordeal that had followed closely behind, we had emerged victorious. However, there then came an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court. Which was hardly surprising, of course. Really? Since I was nothing more than an amateur, an unknown student of law from a faraway land. So life in our little office was very quiet. That is, until it was shattered one day by that fateful telegram. Singing telegram. We're a few weeks away from April 15th. Oh, dang. That morning, I was woken by the unreserved knocking on the door by the telegram boy. But after he'd gone, Susato! Susato-san's behavior became very obviously strange. Susato-san? Yes! Is it time to leave for court already? I think she might be going stir-crazy. Like, let me out! I want to go to trial! Let me see. What case is it today? I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment, am I? Oh, no, of course not. How silly of me. But I think Iris said she would make us breakfast this morning. So, shall we go down to Mr. Sholmes' suite? Yes. Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food. She does, doesn't she? And once our bellies are full, we can leave for court in fighting fit form. Let me see. What case is it today? Didn't he just say there are no cases? Here we go again. Back for the steampunks. Wait, whoop. Ooh. Actually, first I want to sort of see. Is there anything here of note? Ooh, this thing. So this is the tea set that Susato-san brought with her from Japan. Excuse me. Let's hope she hasn't noticed me slipping sugar and milk into my cup when she makes it. It's just so bitter. Tea is a drink to be enjoyed, Naruhodo-san. You really don't have to force yourself to drink it, you know. I don't like to see you screw up your face, though. His face, how? It's spring at last, and the weather is warmer now. Yay! But I love the smell of the fire and the steam rising from the kettle. Oh, would you like some tea, Naruhodo-san? Thank you, Susato-san, but I'm alright for now. With the green tea Susato makes me from time to time and Iris's unique herbal infusions, this place is paradise for a true tea lover. Susato, can we trade weather? It's cold where I am. It's warm where you are. Can we trade? Green tea is such a wonderful accompaniment to British tea cakes, don't you think? We've only been here in London for about 2 months. My desk is starting to look a little messy already. It's better than my desk, honestly. You could tidy up once in a while. Susato-san, I always say, making a mess is a small sacrifice to pay for being able to further your studies. It's organized chaos. And time spent tidying up is time you can't devote to the same cause. And time spent on ridiculous arguments is time that could be better spent on some simple housework. She wins, but I'm supposed to be the lawyer here. Tis not art without a mess. Very true. The Dowdama doll I brought with me from home. Still with only one eye colored in. I said I'd color the other eye once I won my first court case here in Britain, but you have won, haven't you? Twice, in fact. Because I feel as though I'm still lacking as a lawyer. I tell you what, why don't you color the other eye in once you think I'm a proper, fully fledged lawyer? If you insist. Ooh. We were rather lucky to find that old aquarium left behind here. There's an aquarium? The prawns we put in there are doing rather well. And the anemones, too. Dang. You must be doing really good work, taking care of all of them. It's a wonderful invention, isn't it? The sea, behind glass, inside your room. Another example of Great Britain's greatness. Having to clean it out and change the water isn't so great, though, is it? Yeah, that's the other thing, like the pH balance. Did they know about pH balances back then? This must be the telegram. Let's see. Ah! Sorry, my phone. No, you mustn't look at that. Not under any circumstances. Alright, I won't. I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san, but you can be very mischievous at times. Put the telegram away if you don't want people looking at it. Sasuto. Sorry if I keep looking away. I have my phone on for something. Okay. Here we go. So, what was it about? The telegram that was delivered this morning, I mean. Oh, that's not her. That's me. Oh, telegram? I don't know what you're talking about. I just looked at it. Sorry, but you're not gonna get away with that. Well, I didn't think I would. Actually, don't give it a moment's thought. It's nothing interesting. Boring, in fact. It was just a boring old telegram. That's three times now that she's tried and failed to convince me it was nothing. I promise that I'll tell you about it at some point. Alright, I understand. I just imagine like seeking a peek at the telegram is like, Dear Susato, stop. I made pancakes, stop. They burned and it was horrible, stop. Send help, full stop. I suppose Soseki-san will have arrived back in Japan by now, won't he? Yes, I should think so. He left immediately after that terrible ordeal. Which would mean that he should have completed the voyage. Just carries a stop sign everywhere. Like it's just, like it's a hat. Like she has some sort of headband with a stop sign on it. Which would mean he should have completed the voyage already, or be just a few days away. A fortnight ago, we had that very long telegram from him, do you remember? Complaining of seasickness. Help me! Stop! I'm puking! Stop! It's everywhere! Full stop. Small museum guy. Oh, those. But by and large, it seems the voyage has been going well. Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san? I was just wondering. What might have become of London had he stayed in London, that's all. You mean, as regards Lord Van Zeek's the Reaper? Yes, I can't help wondering if seasickness would have paled into significance in that case. I'm just imagining that scene from Avatar where it's like, if we go to the Earth Kingdom, we'll be arrested. But if we go to the Fire Nation, Azula will take us in. Earth Kingdom it is. It's like, if we go to Japan, we'll get seasick and puke everywhere. But if we stay in London, Lord Van Zeeks will be around. Get me on the boat. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. What's it that they say? That no one who stands in the dock can be saved from the Reaper? Oh yeah, my very first case, my defendant, who was very, very questionable, caught fire after the trial. Like the way that nightmarish trial ended on the very day we arrived in London. Oopsie poopsies. Even 2 months on, the cause of that dreadful fire is still a mystery. Yes, but at least Soseki-san is safely out of the country now. Presumably that means that the curse of the Reaper can only take effect within the confines of the city of London? Even if that's the case, it's a little comfort. I have a terrible sense of foreboding. Telegram, sir! My ship sank! Though, since Soseki Natsume is based on an actual person, I doubt they just kill him on the spot in the game. If the legend of the Reaper is to be believed, it would mean he wields the sword of justice himself. More like the leg of justice, with the wine cup of truth. Come to think of it, I wonder what he's been up to these past 2 months. Sleeping? Drinking blood? Helping Dracula? Surely not wielding that sword against more acquitted defendants. No, I don't think so. Apparently Lord Van Zeeks hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter. Really? Yes, since Soseki-san's trial. He's withdrawn from judicial service again, it seems. So he stepped out. He was in retirement, he stepped out, he went back in retirement again. Really? Just like before, when he wasn't seen in court at all for several years. So it's just been me who's had to face him in his recent spate of trials. Actually. Okay, Marisa was right. Lord Van Zeeks, I think, is either the same age or a little bit older than me. Ugh, just my luck. I wonder if luck doesn't come into it. Sorry, what was that? Oh, nothing. Never mind. I'm still trying to figure out how her hair works, because, like, I imagine it's like a short haircut, but maybe, like, one of her bangs is really long and pulled into a ponytail? I don't know. Five-year-old! I don't think I can do a kitty voice. Vampire, steampunk, Shaggy, Miku, and Satsuto. Is the violinist okay? Also, I don't think I can do a kid voice, so, morning, Runo, morning, Susie. Good morning, Iris. Iris? What is it, Runo? What is that terrible voice? It sounds like a cat being strangled. Oh, it's Sholmes on the violin, isn't it? For a second, I thought the song was like background music, but then I remembered, wait, didn't Sholmes have a violin? Yes, you noticed that, did you? Hurley isn't in the best form this morning, it seems. Spinel makes an entrance. Oh, dang. Oh, he stopped. Hello. Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Good morning. I'm still not used to seeing him without his hat. His hair is so big. A good morning to die, perhaps. Has something happened, Mr. Sholmes? You look miserable, and the way you were playing the violin before. My analytical mind is dead. Music is dead. The world is dead. You're dead. I'm dead. Everyone's dead. Damn this blanched existence. That's all it is, my dear fellow. Nothing of consequence. I'm afraid I don't understand. Are you bored out of your mind? Well, Iris, is it a time we ate? Some dry toast and insipid coffee for me. If it's not too much trouble. It's my party and I'll cry if I want to. You'd play violin too if it happened to you. Kitty. Waka hi! Waka hi! Sorry, kitty. Like, my brain is just look at the cat. Good morning, boy. There must be some tiny door for cats to use. But how did it get there? Either Iris sawed through the door, or the door was already built like that. I want to hold cat too! Well then, everyone. Oh wait, well then everyone, time for breakfast. Oh, wonderful. Let me help you, Iris. It would indeed be a fine day to die. I knew something looked different. Have you thought about dyeing your hair black and adding some eyeliner and a mascara? It's my Leviticus. Something's missing. Wasn't there a giant machine here? Look at Mr. Sholmes' desk. It's completely clear. I remember there was some... Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Thanks, Rinosuke. We can never hope to understand what goes on in the Great Detective's mind, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, that's cute. Why, next time we're invited, we may find he's vacated the entire suite. That's scarily possible, actually. I was about to say why, but then it's like, then Rinosuke made a good point. Also, why do you have a skull? Also, where's Cat? Cat. Kitty. Mr. Natsume's cat seems to have settled into his new home then. Oh yes, and I've become very attached to little Waggy. Waggy, maybe? It would appear his previous owner has completely forgotten to him. There's a cat in the room! Be happy, boys! Cats are unfeeling creatures. Their mews are as empty as the hearts of the muses. Meow, 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 meow. Ridiculous. Lucky! If Mr. Natsume had no intention of taking Waggy back to Japan, I wonder why he kept him in the first place. I expect he would have taken him if he could. But pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience. Yeah, we had a whole case about that. And for good reason. Terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed. Like that one guy who had a snake. Well, Well, I don't mind, because Wagi is adorable, aka Vedicus. Also, like, that must be one very chill cat. Yes, he really is. Oh, what about the door? I don't remember seeing that tiny thing in the main door before. Where did that come from? Oh, you noticed! You are observant, Runo. Look. Okay, so she made that. I made this. It's my latest invention. What is that? I call it the cat flapomat. It flips your cat upside down and back right side up. Gosh, a machine for making doors just for cats? If you could make, like, various sizes of doors, it could be used for doggy doors. That's right, it can make a cat flap for a little furry friend like Wagi, Bidicus in seconds. And it can do it in any door at all, no matter what it's made of. It's very powerful, you see. Wouldn't it have been quicker just to make the cat flap rather than making a machine to make the cat flap? Like, one hand, good point. On the other hand, maybe gathering the supplies for hinges and sawing parts of the door open. Maybe that was more time consuming? I don't know. Oh, Bidicus is gone. Well, yes, maybe, but now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like. Oh, I think it's wonderful. You must make one for us in the door of our office upstairs, Iris. Yes, please. Bring cat into office. She really knows how to come up with unconventional inventions, this girl. Hee 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 hee. Bring me the bits. Okay. Okay. I have a bad idea. Mr. Sholmes, can I ask you for your opinion on this? You lure me to raise my languid head with the promise of some mental exaltation. Yet in my morbid depression, I am confronted with the most mundane of problems. Also, apologies for my horrible... I'm not good at British accents or any accent. Oh. My mind finds greater stimulation in the unforgiving monotony of the floor than in your miserable offering. Thanks for the... Oh, my head weighs heavy on my shoulders. He's like, don't talk to me, I'm busy looking into the void. I don't know why, but this feels like an out-of-context screenshot. Okay, first I want to ask about the missing machine. Mr. Sholmes, I don't like to pry, but... your desk looks rather empty today. Was his machine repossessed? Well done, Mr. Sato. Your observational skills do you credit. Oh no, Mr. Sholmes. They pale into significance when compared to yours. You struggle not to notice, would you? You mean Hurley's Great Analytiscope? That's at Windy Banks now. Sorry, is that a Windy Bank? No, Windy Banks, the pawn brokery. Pawn? What? Wake me up inside. You mean you've pawned that enormous machine of yours? We have to pay rent. It has some considerable value, you see. Quite undeservingly. But isn't it a very important machine for your work? I do wish you had consulted us if your situation had become so desperate. I should have gladly passed what little income I have to you. Dear madam, things are far from desperate. But the pawnbroker has your wonderful machine. How can it be anything but desperate? Making use of a pawnbroker is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you. It is? It doesn't sound ordinary. Crawling in my skin! It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbroking works. Oh, what's to understand exactly? Did he pawn his trench coat and goggles too? What did you mean when you said we didn't fully understand how pawnbroking works? An episode of Pawn Stars, this guy sadly brings in his machine. To the people of London, pawnbrokeries are akin to banks. Wendy Bank? Like what, Lily? Not Lily Iris. On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trappings to their pawnbrokers of choice. So he did give up his jacket. With the money they receive in return, they are able to trade happily through the week. And then on Saturdays, they go to recover their things using the money they've earned. I have no idea. This has been a fascinating lesson for us. Everyone does it, you see, especially people in London. And should they have no money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. When I was a young boy, my father took me to Great Britain to sell off my machine. Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn should the need arise. Oh, how ingenious. So whenever we have something that's getting in the way, we leave it at Windy Banks, you see. A pawnbrokery can be thought of as an extremely secure vault. I would have thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain. Of course, you have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Hurley? Like that one time you pawned off your foot. I don't know how you did it, but you did. What does it matter? The world is dead to me now. Okay. Speaking of dead, you seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Sholmes. What's happened? You know, we already figured it out. It used to be the case that in my hands, this violin sung like the dawn chorus. Its melissonant tones would make flowers bloom. I was fine with the things from my shop within the Rex. I was fine with the bank, and it didn't really matter until then. I can't sing very well with the testosterone, but it's like, I was fine with the tech that I used for my job within the Rex. It would. But now, the muses are unamused with me. The goddesses of music have thrown me over. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? Let the cat play violin. For hours I have bowed, for days even. Through the night I have endeavored to no avail. That sound, my tone, is lost. That brilliant, clear, unwavering tone. Gone forever! No more recitals of unbridled emotion. Wasn't expecting those sudden jumps. Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Hurley? Don't worry, I'm sure it'll come back to you. Oh wait, don't worry, I'm sure it'll come back to you in time. Heed my words, Mr. Naruhodo. The goddesses of the arts are fickle. One day they bestow genius on a man. The next, they unmercifully withdraw it. Oh. Singing cat. Why is this happening to me? If they take the turn I have for the violin from me, what is left for pity's sake? What is left? Steampunk cosplaying? His goggles? A deduction, perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for? Even though his deduction skills are ass. Kitty! Oh, what was that? Wagahai? Binicus! Kitty, kitty! What was that? Do you not like cats? Oh no! Wagahai, stay. Oh! When I said let the cat play the violin, I didn't mean like this. I think he thinks it's a toy. No! What's he doing to it? Oh dear. Mr. Sholmes' precious violin. Why should I care? What? I shouldn't be surprised. If the cat is a more accomplished musician than me. So he figured out my just like the cat play. Also, like when they say cat was tangled in the strings, do they mean the actual strings along the fingerboard, or just the bow has like horsehair on it? Because those strings are on pretty gosh darn tight. I'm not sure how a cat would get tangled in it unless one of the claws got caught. Mr. Sholmes really is in poor spirits, isn't he? Well, anyway, I'll put it back where it lives. Shall I, Hurley? To the kitty litter with you! Have the cat's reach if possible. Maybe we should assess the damage. Can I? There it is. Oh, one of the strings came off. So this is the violin, is it? It's a Stradivarius. One of the finest violins in the world, made by the renowned Italian luthier, Antonio Stradivari. Oh, I see. Doesn't really look like anything special to me. Well, like, some violins may look, like, simple, but maybe looks can be deceiving. Sorry, it looks like he's looking directly at the box with the violin in it. I happened upon it covered in dust, languishing in a pawn shop down a nondescript back alley. Honestly, I wouldn't mind getting a violin again. I used to play violin when I was in elementary school. I picked it up again in middle school, dropped it for choir in high school, and I don't know, I have some sort of, I think maybe I kind of miss just holding the violin and like making music with it, but I never figured out how to do the vibrato fingers. Like, I don't know, the way most violinists do it is like a very like graceful stroke, like movement of the fingers, but when I try it, the whole violin and violin trembles. I can never figure it out. Plato's the background music is a cat. Dang, Bidicus, you're a musician. The broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings. That's a steal. How honorable of you. And until today, it has been my faithful companion in every great Paganini-inspired performance I have made. Paganini. I hate that when I saw that word, my first thought was, like, the sandwich? Like the paninis. I ask you, is there a reason to live in a world devoid of music? To tolerate this blanched existence? No! There is none! Mr. Sholmes? What, dear madam, what? My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies of release from this dull routine. Mr. Sholmes, have you considered an instrument called the kazoo? Well, it's about the violin. It looks very different to normal, don't you think? What do you mean, Mrs. Sato? Harmonica. Oh, wait, did someone steal the violin and swap it with something else? Or is it like, wait, we see the damage the cat did. Oh, Susie's right. Yes, the tone of the wood is completely different. Okay, yeah, I saw the wood was different, but I thought maybe it was due to age. And that's not all. I'm sure there was no crack here before. The cat did it? Maybe? Wait, it's not even the right size, is it? What's this? Oh yeah, violins come in different sizes. I don't remember the number specifically, but full size is like the adult size, and there's like teeny tiny children sizes, so... Sorry, no, it's age. Either Sholmes is a lot smaller than he looks, or someone switched out his violin with a violin for ants. I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Sholmes, but that instrument isn't a violin at all. Wait. Viola? Crap, I can't think of it. I don't know any stringed instrument smaller than a violin. Then what? I believe it's an entirely different instrument called a Okay, I am really bad when it comes to instruments, but I was under the impression that violas were usually bigger, unless that's what they were in. Like, they were saying it's smaller, but I always thought violas were bigger than violins, and they had they reached the lower notes. Like, if the violin was the soprano of a choir, the viola was the alto. But I might be way off. What? Oh, Mr. Sholmes, are you alright? You're right. You are quite right. This isn't my faithful Stradivarius. So what? What, pray, is this piece of stringed flotsam? Not your faithful performing partner, then? Cello is the big... Okay, yeah, I know the cello is the bigger one, and as far as I knew in middle school, like, the middle school orchestra I was in, the biggest stringed instrument was bass. But as far as I knew then, violin was the smallest, like, handheld, and second smallest, or the bigger handheld instrument that you can carry around easily was the viola. But maybe my middle school lied to me. American education. I see what must have happened. You do, Iris? This is just a simple mix-up. It sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what happened here. Also, me? Could be. Like, this is a different time period in a different country, so maybe that's it. Also, for the... My best guesses are either A, he thought, maybe Iris plays the viola, Herlock plays violin, and the instruments got swapped? Or maybe it's linked to that telegram Susato got. Like, we received your viola has been delivered, and he's like, wait, this isn't my violin? Also, quick water break. Come on. Well, you see, this viola, I mean, was at Windibank's until last week. Oh, wait, wrong voice. At the pawnbrokers? Not Mr. Sholmes' beloved musical partner. There's the beeping. There's a proverb from the East, with which you are no doubt familiar, my dear fellows. Always let a beloved child travel. Yes, indeed. Are you just saying that to agree with Senpai? So you sent your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in the hope that it would experience personal growth? Oh, what a wonderful idea. Last week I pawned my great analytoscope in order to release my precious instrument. Oh, so it's like a trading game? But it would appear Mr. Windibank mistakenly furnished me with this tawdry fiddle instead. But my ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of this piece of timber. No, but your every sense was deceived by the fact that it just had strings. Pshaw, a fine state of affairs this is. And why I always say, Mr. Naruhodo, never trust a pawnbroker. They will try to fiddle you every time. Emphasis on fiddle. But earlier you told us that you thought of a pawnbroker as an extremely secure vault. Oh yeah, the other machine. Come, Mr. Naruhodo, dilly-dallying will get you nowhere. Sorry? Who are you fighting? Crunching your toast with that vacant aspect, pressing your coffee so obtusely. Are you not a little embarrassed by your own conduct, considering the urgency with which we are faced? The mystery of the viola? We must visit Mr. Windibank's brokery at once. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Sholmes? Precisely, Miss Susato. without a moment's delay. Senpai agreed with me. But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs. Do the anime things. Run with those in your mouth. My dear fellow, surely you do not still intend to crunch your bacon with an increasingly vacant aspect, to press your eggs ever more obtusely. Okay, alright, say no more. Let's go. Don't worry, Runo. I'd be happy to heat it up for you again later. Oh, thank you, Iris. As it happens, I am rather curious to see what a British pawnbroker's looks like. Ooh. Bustling London street on which can be found Mr. Sholmes. Large park. What a bustling place! London's such a fantastic city. I guess we're supposed to go to the pawnbroker post-haste. Oh dang, my dad actually has one of those clocks in the background. Like the big ones with the little, well, not really the huge one, but this, like, how do I put it, like upper left, the small ones hanging on the wall. My dad has one of those. So did my, like, I don't know, just looking, I guess, I wonder if the style of clock is still popular. I also remember seeing that big one, like, standing from the floor and going up the wall. I think, crap, which one of my relatives had it? It was either someone on my dad's side or my mom's side. I see dolls and what looks like Pinocchio. Lots of shoes hanging from the ceiling. And a trumpet. Cactuses! What's that sign say? Yeah. The one right above the tall one. Ooh. That reminds me. It kind of reminds me. I've had a weakness for cuckoo clocks. My cousin had one, but it didn't work. So I never got to see the bird come out whenever it was like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, etc. Skull. So this is a British pawnbrokery? Oh my, there are all sorts of tools and contraptions in here that I've never laid eyes on before. Susato-san, and that spark of wonder in your eyes. You can't wait to scour the shelves, can you? I'd be scouring the shelves with her as well. Everything looks cool and... Is that the Thinker? I see the Thinker on one of the shelves. A future murder weapon. And... sorry, I just realized, I don't think it counts as a cuckoo clock, but my grandma on my dad's side, she had an electronic clock that whenever it was like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock or so, there would be a little miniature piano player, and he would just play songs for a few seconds and then stop until the next hour. Defeated with knowledge. Bash him over the head with it. I get the impression you enjoy places like this. Oh yes, I don't know why, but seeing such a lot of things I don't understand is a real thrill for me. Me too! Oh hey, you got clothes on! My dear fellows, let us not forget why we are here. Oh, Mr. Sholmes. We are calling on matters of business, not pleasure. Don't punch Susato! She did nothing to you! And clearly Mr. Sholmes means business too, judging from the spark of fury in his eyes. Oh! Oh, Mr. Sholmes, sir, welcome back. Did you... That's on it! Was it really brazen? Eggman's cousin! I've come to make an announcement. Herlock Sholmes! Did you hear that brazen welcome? Well, yes, we are potential customers after all. Oh, well, yes, we're potential customers after all. We are disgruntled customers, Mr. Naruhodo. It's time to inform Mr. Winterbank of our ire. Come, the fight is afoot. Oh, he's got little mutton chops. 70 alternative accounts. Who posted my nudes on oldbailey.com? I just want to look! Fine! There are just so many fascinating items. It looks as though we'll have to talk to Mr. Winterbank first. Fine! Naturally, you will recall this, which I retrieved from you some days ago. Yes. This second-rate fiddle is not my faithful instrument, Mr. Winterbank. The color of the wood is different. It has holes in it! It's not even the same size! When he said it has holes in it, I was about to say, you mean those F-holes? Which is legit what they're called, like the little holes around the middle of it. A wonderful summary of our observations, Mr. Sholmes. I'm so very sorry, sir. How utterly unforgivable of me. An inexcusable mistake for a pawnbroker. There is only one way to make amends. Ah! What are you doing? No! What the fuck? No! Please tell me that's full of blanks or it's a toy. I don't think that would be necessary, do you? If I may just say one thing before I hop off. Please don't! Yes. Don't look smug about this, Sholmes. It was you, Sir Mr. Sholmes, who took it upon himself to remove the item the other day. I believe. Sorry? Yes, I did recall. I entered the store to fetch your violin. When I heard, here it is. You did? And when I turned the control radio, you had taken the viola and left. Actual jump's going on him. However, there can be no doubt that the blame lies firmly at my door for allowing you to leave. So I shall not grumble or grouse any longer. May this door... No, stop, my dear fellow. The fault is mine. Blanks, empty. Or oh, okay. It would appear that the fight is over. Japan had a point. I do humbly apologize, Mr. Winterbank. Evidently, my questionable disposition precipitated this tragedy. Also, please don't point that gun at yourself ever again. Well, you wouldn't be Mr. Herlock Sholmes without that questionable disposition now, would you? Haha, I do believe you may be right, sir. Aha, aha. It's either laugh or cry, I suppose. You are, must be said, one of my more challenging customers. I needed to remind you of the peculiar collection of items you've brought through my door in the past. One time you brought in a box of cereal! I don't even know what cereal is! Vanessa's concert bidding his music career and Sudoku in the span of 10 minutes. What a wild morning. In the extreme, ma'am, for example. The unpublished manuscript of an eponymous work, the novels of Herlock Sholmes or such. It's night. Time for breakfast! There's an Evanescence concert going on, there's a cat playing violin, and someone's about to shoot himself in the head. We're full of blanks. I didn't even finish eating! Let's go! Oh my, a new full-fledged novel? And unpublished? A story I have yet to read, you mean? No! Put the gun down! Wait, before you die, you must tell me more. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Put the gun down! I must know more. Tell me everything. Wow, Susato-san is really fired up now. Is there really an unpublished story? Under this very roof? Well, one day the gentleman here brought in an old metal chest, you see. I should like to entrust this to your care for a while, Mr. Winterbank. For a chest like that... Oh god, my brain. It was like for a for pecs, chest like that. 1 shilling, sir, not a farthing more. House is something of very great value indeed. The latest manuscript, recounting the adventures of one Mr. Sherlock Holmes. Does Iris know you did that? I beg your pardon, a manuscript? You wish to deposit a manuscript? Indeed I do, for I am confident it will be quite safe here. Is this fanfiction? And that was that. As such, Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom. Mr. Sholmes, is that really true? Is your fanfiction.net account in there? Along with your AO3? Oh, say do not steal. And your fan art of your character? Do I sense that somebody doesn't want to talk about this? I can continue to pay your fee, do I not? And kindly continue to store my belongings securely. Of course, sir. No! Please stop it. This is all very strange. Seriously, put the gun away. I wonder, could I ask you something? Ah, gentleman from the east, I see. Yes, that's sable suit. I suppose I could offer you I'm not selling my clothing! Without wishing to offend, the tone is somewhat Sorry? Ooh, that's a new pose. Aha, but for your splendid attire, ma'am. 5 guineas, no less. The colors are exquisite, the design exotic. Eastern artistry at its finest, may I add! Sasato, you realize what that means, right? Like, if you don't have an extra change of spare clothes, then you might be in trouble. 5 guineas, you say? How interesting. Why do I feel as though I've suffered some sort of defeat here? Actually, I was hoping to ask you about your business. I've heard it said that pawnbrokeries are used rather like banks here in London. Yes, sir, indeed. Many of my customers utilize the establishment as you describe. I appraised their items and offered them a proportionate loan and 2 months of secure stowage. As far as I know, pawn stores these days, mainly in America, don't do that. I think about it. Would thrift stores count as pawn stores? Wait, maybe not, because... And I've donated stuff to thrift store before, and it was never like there was never okay. I have this shirt. How much can I get for it? If in that time they repaid the original sum to me plus the agreed interest, their items are happily returned. Wonder if that should be a practice that should be brought back or not. But what happens if they don't pay you the money? You keep it. Then the items are offered for sale in my shop, as you can see on the shelves behind me. So you never sell items before the 2 months have passed then? That's right, ma'am, that's right. Which means some considerable responsibility rests on my shoulders. Should the customer's precious belongings be lost, the only recompense is for me to end it all! No, it isn't! Student loans with quicker Oh! The very idea, Mr. Winterbank, is an absurdity. One should never talk of one's demise so casually. Says the man who was telling us all it was a good day to die on this morning. And let us not forget that I have already helped you take measures to ensure such a tragedy never occurs. What sort of measures? I engineered a simple device which Mr. Winterbank has installed here in this shop. I call it the Red-Handed Recorder. Sorry, hold on. Hold on 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, ready? Sorry. Let me... Red-handed recorder, you say? Do you mean something like... Yes, I do have a recorder with me. Is that not so, Mr. Winterbank? The sea beams. Violin and recorder. What was that deep sigh about? Sorry. Hold on. What on earth is a red-handed recorder? Use your eyes, my dear fellow. There are two just below the ceiling. Oh, not that kind of recorder, never mind. I can see what appears to be a camera attached to some sort of timing device. Oh, it does! I can see what appears. I didn't even notice that. Thank you for pointing it out. Very astute. It is indeed a camera furnished with some 100 pieces of celluloid film. And every 30 minutes precisely, the camera automatically records the appearance of the shop. Here, I have an example I can show you. 4 a.m. Oh, I see it! The dog! There's a dog! There's a picture of a dog. Oh yes, a print from the camera set to record the activity at the shop counter. I developed a special type of film so sensitive it produces a crystal clear image even in the darkness. Really? That's extraordinary. Look at the dog! Yes, you can clearly see the counter and the door behind it. Look. And you can see a dog! So you see, were someone to enter the premises with ill intent, his identity would be summarily exposed. Kipper! Kipper and Binnicus. But did you not say that the photographic prints were taken at 30-minute intervals? Indeed, as you say, my dear madame. Then what if the incident were to occur in between times? She brings up a good point. One could only say, that would be a cruel twist of fate! In other words, oops. I must confess your devices have given me some cause of distress of late. I beg your pardon, Mr. Winterbank. Surely they are anything but distressing. Reassuring is the word. It's the cost of the film, sir. It's billions. You most graciously placed not one but 2 cameras in my shop after all. Which means I must pay for nigh on 100 utterly useless prints every single day. Ooh. I'm afraid the cost of the film will break me before I'm very much older. I was about to say, like, what if you're able to manufacture sort of motion sensor? Like, it only takes pictures if someone's moving, but maybe their technology isn't that far yet. Nevertheless, a small price to pay to ensure the safety of my preferred pawnbroker, no? My dear fellows, we verge on an age where safety and security come at a price. Oh, heaven help us! What made you change? Oh, good question. Yeah. Now then, here. The violin. Okay. As for the name change, I don't know. I think I think after a while, the name Rockrild, it felt like it was. It didn't really fit anymore, I guess, so to speak. Plus, I don't know, I think part of me was worried that it was getting confused with Rickrolled. And, I don't know, the rock bit, it was, like, for some part of me was going, like, that's associated with Earth, and I'm more of a water kind of person. And then I was thinking about, like, I don't know, seafoam green has been a favorite color recently, so I decided to go with that. Ah, the very thing. Thank you, Mr. Winterbank. Aw, thank you. Perhaps this might mark the end of the peculiar items you try to pop, hmm? Because if anything were to happen to one of them... I have a bad feeling that this guy is gonna be a murder victim. No, not like that! Not like that! I really gotta stop waving that gun around. Someone could get hurt. Fear not. Sorry. I've only loaded... That makes it worse! Especially with how you're holding it! That's not really what I meant. Good day to you then, Mr. Winterbank. Is it really safe to leave him like this? Can we at least confiscate the gun? Or the bullets? So, Mr. Naruto. Now we can explore at last. Yay! Show me everything! It's quite literally a losing game. Wait. I was looking at the shovels, but I didn't think it would count all this. Look at that enormous ledger open on the counter there. Mr. Winterbank is, if nothing else, very particular about recording the items he accepts. He'd have to be. Otherwise he'd get himself into all sorts of trouble. Please don't point your gun at yourself! Which might explain the thing that catches my eye far more than the ledger. Oh, I see it! Sorry, okay, the gun behind the glass lamp? I thought that was just some sort of contraption inside the lamp for fire. But now I was like, oh god. This revolver here. Do not entertain even a single thought of pilfering an article therein, my dear fellow. I assure you, Mr. Winterbank would not hesitate to draw that weapon with a speed belying his portly size. That's not why okay, I would take the gun, but not for, like... I would take the gun because he keeps pointing it at himself. Oh, you don't mean he'd... blow his brains out? Indeed. A recompense for his blood. Oh, wait, so he's saying if I tried to take something, anything, he'd do that to himself? Oh my. But in any case, of course he would never do such a thing. How could he even suggest it? Funny thing, it's like, usually that kind of imagery, I can't handle it very well, but... I think in this case it's a little easier because it's more, like, you know it's not actually going to happen, and it's, I guess, on a sense of hilarity, in a way. I can compare... One thing I compare it to is there's this really, no pun intended, crappy horror movie that a friend of mine found. It was basically some sort of Japanese horror movie of zombies coming out of the toilet. Very weird film, but... like, it had a suicide thing in there, but it was hilarious because, like, the context behind it is hilarious. Basically, a girl, she jumped off a second-story balcony because she farted in the school bathroom. It's like, well, the action itself was really tragic. Like, me and my friends were just laughing our asses off. It's like, wait, all that over a fart? There seems to be a little door hidden behind that curtain there. That leads to the storage room, where Mr. Winterbank keeps articles that are currently in pawn. I see. There's nothing of particular interest inside. I certainly wouldn't recommend any larcenous activity. Recommend it or not, it's not something I tend to do. There's but one key, and Mr. Winterbank keeps it in his pocket at all times. Before he sleeps, he places it into a small pot which he slides under his pit. Wait. A small pot? Like a teapot? And under a pillow? But yeah, that movie, I don't remember the name of it, but I honestly completely forgot everything aside from the weird premise, the whole farting in the bathroom thing. All I really remember was just like me and my friends watching that film and just screaming from the hilarity of it all. I'd only recommend it if you can handle very gross stuff, because when I said zombies popping out of the toilet, I mean that literally. How on earth do you know about that, Mr. Sholmes? You just told me. I'm a detective, sir. It is my business to know what others do not. I am frequently assailed by information that I neither care for nor wish to retain. Mr. Sholmes, you are a wonder. Marry me! I'm the prime suspect if this pawnbrokery is ever burgled. Actually, do I have... Can't really get... Oh, no problem. Pop Wendebank. 48. He has a very great sense of responsibility to his clients. Look at this. What could this lovely big shiny box be? That, my dear madame, is a music box. Surely you have such things in your own country. Oh my, but I've certainly never seen one so large before. Wait, a music box like a record player? Shall we listen for a while? Oh, that kind of music box. Sorry, I like music boxes. I don't know if it's still up, but there was a channel on YouTube that basically just posted like music box renditions of certain songs, like the American theme for Yu-Gi-Oh! And I think at some point one other two is like a Japanese opening theme for Yu-Gi-Oh! But it was really cool. What a sublime sound. It's like the music of angels. Oh yeah, I remember growing up I had I think I had 2 music boxes. Well, wait, 3. One was of, it was like a box where you open it, there would be a ballerina, and, like, I don't remember the song that would play. The other was this, wait, did I have 3, 4, wait, maybe I had 4, my brain. The second one was shaped like a piano. It worked as a jewelry box, but, like, if you turned the crank, it would play a song, which I can't remember. The third one was an even larger like a larger jewelry box, but the crank was on the back, and I didn't know it was a music box for the longest time until I moved it. And the last one was, it was of the... Okay, it was of the Virgin Mary. Like, I grew up Catholic, so, it was a gift from my grandma when I was younger, and if you turned the crank, it would play, what's the song? Oh, Amazing Grace. Music... Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think it was an actual music box. It was just a song, like, audio of it, but... Maybe? Actually, hold on. Let me see if I can... Come on. Come on. Okay, okay, sorry, I'm gonna type in the name of the channel. It's R3 Music Blacks. But yeah, it's the music in there is pretty cool. I recommend it. I've never heard anything like it before in my life. This particular specimen is of the larger variety, commonly found in public houses and restaurants. I want this kind of music box in a restaurant. There's a mental disc inside on which the notes to be played are recorded. Simply by replacing the disc with another, any music you care to imagine can be played. Burger King! Oh no! Wait, did I get the name right? Hold on, sorry, I'm trying to check on my phone. R3... The music box developer. my god! There must be a lot of new Whopper songs now, because the only one I can think of goes like hamburger cheeseburger Big Mac Whopper, hamburger cheeseburger Big Mac Whopper. Indeed, though their popularity has waned recently with the development of the gramophone, of course. Science and technology advance at such an overwhelming pace. What else can we look at? Oh, god! Daft Punk burgers. What an assortment of things here are on the shelves. Crockery, footwear, clocks and watches. Almost everything you care to imagine. Those are forfeited items offered for sale by the pawnbroker. What does that really mean, though? When you pawn, or colloquially pop, an item, the broker loans you money against its worth. He stores the item for an agreed period of time, after which the loan must be repaid. If not, he is free to display it in his shop for sale at a price of his choosing. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I'm noticing little price tags on everything. Of course, simply by paying the agreed interest on the loan, one can extend the period of safekeeping. So you may pawn that black garb of yours without fear, my dear fellow. What if I don't wanna? My treasure university uniform? No! It embodies my student spirit. Pop music, but I'm I was kind of hoping they'd make a Combat the Thinker, but yeah. Now what do you suppose this rather enormous machine does? It seems to have two little windows for looking through. Radio? Allow me to enlighten you, my dear fellows. What are you looking at? It's a stereoscope. A stereo... Fascinating. It's aptly named, I assure you. Look through the eyepieces and see... Oh! Okay, I thought it was a radio. I thought those little circles, like... The little black circles there, I thought those were dials. Oh, I should be delighted to. Excuse me for a moment while I have just a look. Just before you do, there is something I should point out. You're not allowed to touch anything. My dear fellows, in order to see the image properly, stereoscopically as it were, you'll need to be cross-eyed. However, if that is beyond you, it is of little consequence today. Aw, man, I wouldn't be able to use it then. I can't cross my eyes for the life of me. I knew a lot of kids in elementary school who could, but I could never do it. Alright then, I'm going to try it. Oh no, we're gonna see the animation? Eh! So no, you must see. At once. Alright then. So I need to be cross-eyed. Like I'm trying to look at my own nose. Read the first line! Yeah. What? Wait a minute. Isn't that... Oh my god. Okay, either this is a very popular style, or the girl who was in the jury from the third case is the same person here. I don't believe it. It's just a photographic print, but it seems like you could reach out and touch it. Yes, the sense of depth is startling, is it not? Stereoscopes are one of London's many fads. They are often found in little stalls in the park. People queue for hours to see them. Why? Why are people meddling with such black magic? It is no magic, my dear madam. It is, well, science! Far too complicated to explain at present. Just say it's science! We shall save this lesson for another day. Oh. Look at this. Whatever could it be used for? Book holder? I have no idea. There's a small catch just here, look. We're going to open it. Ooh. Oh my, that's amazing. It has some sort of spring-loaded mechanism. Which we'll never manage to put back to the way it was before. Hmm? What are you two doing? Us? Nothing? No. Nothing. Everything. Something? Fuck you. Whatever this device is, it seems to have a pair of little windows to look through. I feel as though I've seen something rather similar to this elsewhere. Like the thing we just looked through? That was black magic. Wait, are we leaving? Oh. That's not a calendar you could easily miss, is it? 15th of April. Today's date. Yes, that's not for sale, I must point out. It is an Eastern-style page-a-day calendar. Every night at midnight, I tear off the front page to reveal the following day's date. The perfect calendar for a tearaway fellow such as yourself, Mr. Winterbank. I never really got the appeal to those. Like, on one hand, I guess there might be some sort of, like, nice feeling to just revealing a new day, but on the other hand, it feels like a waste of paper. Like, can't you just have the whole month instead of just the days? And who was it who walked out of here with the wrong violin before? Well, when the agreed storage period had passed without repayment, articles are forfeited, you see. So I have to keep a close eye on the date. It's something of a pawnbroker's obsession, you might say. Oh yes, I can see you're very dedicated to your job. A little too... I was going to say a little too dedicated because of the gun. What? Only tuppence for it? That ain't fair, you know it. The article is barely worth a penny, miss. I cannot afford more. I cannot offer more. Sounds like there's an argument brewing over by the counter. It's a Karen! Come on, that can't be right. Have you even had a proper butcher's at it? I've seen it all I need to see, young girl. Hey! I remember you! Wait, don't we know... I'm sure I recognize her. Crap. I can't remember her first name, but I think her last name was like Lestrade. Oh, yes. It's the young lady from Mr. McGilded's trial 2 months ago. Oh no, I can't do an Irish accent very well. Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer. She's a chancer. Earns her crust among large crowds, relieving people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket. Oh yeah, she shot the judge with a smoke grenade. Oh, Gina Lestrade, that was like, eh? Gordon Bennett, you lot! Hello, Miss Lestrade. I hope you've been well. What? You remember me then, do you? Froggy from Sonic? Oh god. Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke, that's for sure. Also, I noticed your bag is a different color. So what are you doing in here? Down and out like the rest of us? Nothing to eat? Come to pop that black weasel? Sorry, coat, have ya? What is it about this black uniform that makes everyone comment on it? Ah, good day. Unless I'm mistaken. You would be the young pickpocket who stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher. Mr. Sholmes! So, you have something of value to pawn, do you? Allow me to see the article and I shall negotiate with Mr. Winterbank on your behalf. Pull the other one! I don't need no help from some stuck-up D! Get out of my business! Go on, I'll make trouble for you! As you wish, milady. Miss Lestrade. I will happily remove myself from your presence. He's really done it. He's gone. I'm sorry, but as I said, there really is no room for negotiation here. What's that thing he has in his hand? Oh, it's a music box disc! Some kind of metal disc? And you! Go on! Leave me alone! Oh, Miss Lestrade, just pretend we aren't here. We shan't be offended in the slightest. Susato-san can really stand her ground when she wants to. Whatever. Also, is she blushing? I'm so used to blushes looking pink, but hers are... It might just be dirt, but it appears sort of dark under her eyes. Look at this! Look at it! Would you have a look at... that's strange. Where'd my armpit go? What's the problem? Something wrong? Don't suppose you're looking for this. Yes, but how? And when? And how again? Oh yeah, the coin trick. I've got a talent for it, haven't I? Diving? That's bordering on black magic. And it makes whatever I was about to say about my armband seem a little dull. So, what do you want to tell me about it then? Somehow I didn't really think you were the sort of person who uses a pawnbroker. Well, yeah, well I am, alright. I'm a Londoner, just like everyone else. That a problem in it? No, not at all. It's just that, well... Oh, I get it. I know what you're thinking. That thing probably don't even belong to her. Probably got it on the dive, didn't she? Yeah, I can see it written all over your Chevy Chase. Well, I might have been thinking something along those lines. And I don't sound that high-pitched, do I? You're not going to deny it, Mr. Naruhodo? Alright then, I'm just gonna come out and ask you straight. Do you pawn things that you steal from other people? Well, I don't know how best to answer that, really. Suppose. Sometimes. Oh yeah, I suddenly remembered something. The last case, I think the third case I was with her, where she first debuted, they said she was 15, but it says here she's 17 years old. You're not going to deny it either, Miss Lestrade? But not this time, alright? I swear! That thing belongs to me! The disc that Mr. Winterbank is holding. Perhaps we should see what he has to say about all this. Mr. Wendy! Mr. Winterbank, what exactly is this metal disc that Miss Lestrade has brought in? It seems to have hundreds of tiny little bumps on its surface. It's for the music box. Ah, this is the music disc, you see, for use inside a music box. In a music box? What? You don't even know what a music box is? You Eastern lot ain't too savvy, eh? Hey! I know what a music box is. I've just never seen one on these discs before. The small protrusions on the middle disc encode the tune to be played by the music box. You simply insert the disc and set the machine going, and beautiful music plays. So incredible. Tell us, what tune is on the disc? Well, I'm afraid I couldn't tell you that. Yeah, well, we probably have to play it first. There's so many different types of music box, you see. British made, German, Swiss, like Swiss Hope. I have no way of knowing which particular machine this disc was made for. I see. And that's it in a nutshell. I won't have any customers for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited it. Really, I'm already offering more than I should at a penny. That's a packet of lies! He told me he did! He said it was... He? Wait, he? Who? Never you mind. It just ain't right, that's all. That disc was good money, I know it is. Well then, you'll have to try your luck at another pawnbroker's, won't you? Friend of yours gave you that? She's been in here before, of course. The little Tatterdemalion? This little tater tot! I see. And brought some dubious article or other with her every single time, I might add. Dubious? What are you trying to say? I'm an honest customer, me! So, is there something dubious about the disc she brought in? Well, if only were that simple. What do you mean? What she actually brought in was a storage ticket. In the form of a music box disc? Ah, storage ticket. So... Miss Lestrade has actually come to redeem an article from me today, is that right? Yeah, that's right. Girl like me has a lot of stuff what needs storing. Alright, yes, that's definitely dubious. The article in question would have been forfeited at midnight tonight. But now she gave me the ticket for it and repaid both the loan and the interest. I was obliged to return the article to her. But what was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Winterbank. The little scamp is wearing it, ma'am. The bag? Oh, the overcoat. Oh. What? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? It fits, don't it? I mean, it's mine, so of course it does. So what about the disc, then? How does that come into all this? Ah, the disc is something else. A new article to pawn if the girl and I can agree to a price. I'm confused. I said that Miss Lestrade brought in a storage ticket today. Maybe she's doing a trade? Like, I'll give you this disc for the storage ticket and the coat. It's really quite simple. Yes, the child brought me a storage ticket and the money owed on it, as you say. For this heavy black coat, which he returned to her care. Returned to her care, as I understood. That's right, yes. And rather unsurprisingly, as soon as the little ragamuffin put the thing on, she went rifling through the pockets. Did you leave? Did you forget something in there? What? Don't you know it's rude to stare at a lady? Ah, I see. So it came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it? If you made this disc, then yes, exactly, ma'am. And she immediately tried to pawn it. For quite a high price as well. This is pretty suspicious, I think. Or should I say sus? Give it up. I'm just trying to pawn something like anyone else would. Miss Lestrade, may I ask who deposited the overcoat here in the first place? Well, me. It doesn't really appear to be your size. Me old man! It's me old man's, ain't it? Oh, me old man. Okay, so it's... She's coming from, I think, her dad, and I see what he means by it doesn't really seem to fit. You can see this, like, the little creases on the sleeves. I think they're supposed to be... Like, if it was her size, it would be on her shoulders, not below them. Is it Miss Lestrade? Yes, this is definitely all rather suspicious. Out of my way, please! Wow! What's Yoshikage Kira doing here? Who's this picture postcard English gentleman? Good day to you, ladies, gentlemen. What's your problem, eh? There is no problem as long as you remove yourself. Steampunk checking, steampunk no mo. Are you gonna stab someone with that? And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside, little girl, for the hiding you deserve. Look, ain't it obvious? I ain't done talking with him yet. If you think you're such a gent, you should know how to wait in line. Kira, don't sick Killer Queen on us. Well, you are a little impudent brat, aren't you? As well as a pickpocket. Who are you? How do you know I am? The question is, how do you not know who I am? You haven't the courtesy to even remember the faces of your victims, it seems. Eee! What? You mean from you? Broker. Eee! Yes, sir. I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you, no? Yes, sir. The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once. Oh my. Now that's a lie. What are you trying to pull? Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel. And needless to say... Any music box discs too. Another JoJo pose. No, you can't have it. You just can't. It's me old man's. Well, it was. Now it's mine. Goodness, Mr. Naruto. This is a very awkward situation. Yeah, I think perhaps we should hear both sides of the story in a little more detail. Is the guy still here? Okay, there he is. Miss Lestrade, is what the gentleman saying? What do you think? It's all lies, ain't it? Obviously! I swear on my life, I ain't never laid eyes on that dandy before. Let's hear it now, you little ragamuffin. You stole it, didn't you? That ticket you brought in here just now. No, I swear it! I swear to God! Wait, she did say the ticket was, like... Okay, she did mention that whoever gave her the disc said... Like, she was saying, like, he said it was valuable, so... Either it was a different guy, or this guy is straight up lying. It was barely an hour ago. I was walking along the street, minding my own business, when this little gutterling ran into me. I knew at once what had happened. I've been robbed yet again, I thought to myself. Those wretched pickpockets. Yet again? Oh yes, as you can see, I'm a man of impeccable style. You look like Yoshikage Kira cosplaying the Mad Hatter. This isn't the first time that I've been targeted by these backslum scoundrels. Jojo! Now then, relinquish my overcoat. Come along now, Miss Strayed. Give the good gentleman his coat back. If you're going to cause trouble, I shall have no choice but to call the police. Hold on! Why is everyone thinking it's me? Just look at this dandy cove, and you think I'm the dodgy one? Oh god. Little JoJo joke. Like, Gina's like, this is my jacket. See, it's all my— Why is there a severed hand in here? Oh, sorry, no one's gonna believe you. Well, what about evidence? Yeah. Where's the evidence that I've stolen something there? Come on, let's see it. Don't stab her. Oh, I have evidence, naturally. You what? Evidence that the article Miss Lestrade redeemed actually belongs to this gentleman. My throat, I'm sorry. We'll be able to look at the name of the person who deposited the article in the first place. Yeah, brilliant. I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible. Why? Do you not record the people's... Okay, maybe it's because I'm not a pawnbroker, but why would you do this? Like, if stuff like this happens, having maybe some sort of name, or... I don't know, like, maybe... I don't know, maybe some sort of identity number, or just the names, or something, maybe. Why not? Yeah, exactly. Listen to TVFG. Well, now, as you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider. Like if they pawn stolen items. A great many of them prefer to maintain their anonymity. Yes, I see. Wait, what about those cameras? Like, I don't know, just, I don't know, if someone comes in to pawn something, you bring out the camera, take their photo, and stash it away, like with their thing. Yeah, or like a last name or an initial. But then how can you know if an article belongs to the person asking to redeem it? It was quite simple. I don't. Good, sir. Might I trouble you for the watchword associated with the article in question? Watchword? Oh, like a code phrase. Of course. It's... I'm sexy and I know it! Professor. Yes, that's right. And all the evidence we need. This gentleman is the rightful owner of the article, without doubt. Watchword. Interesting. Can I at least get the guy's name? So about these watchwords, Mr. Wonderbank. As I just explained, I never ask customers' names when they deposit items with me. There are many reasons why. Certain customers would like to keep... I didn't even see him there! He's using the thing! And also, what's that in his hand? Looks like a big bar. It's like a big chocolate bar. That wasn't exactly a subtle glance at Mr. Sholmes now, was it? Great detectives have no dark secrets. Not at all.
You'd be surprised.
Yes, well, anyway. That's why I always ask for a watchword whenever I accept a new article. In many ways, it's like the secret combination of numbers used to unlock a vault. Good point. Okay, both of you, what is the watchword? 3, 2, 1, go. Banana. Wait. You both have the same watchword, oh no! The date of deposit, a description, and a watchword uniquely identify each item. Unless they provide... Okay, fellas, say the date and the watchword, go. And of course, then I give the storage ticket to the customer. When someone comes to redeem something, I ask for the ticket and the watchword. And if someone tells you the correct watchword, you return the article? That's right, sir. Yes. Just as soon as the requisite fee is paid. I have supplied you with the information you require already. Before the avoidance of doubt, the article in question is an overcoat. Deposited 2 months ago on the 15th of February. With a watchword of Professor. Okay, when there's no one standing beside you, are you pointing that somewhere, or are you trying to stab the air? My watchword is tomato, and his is tomato. What's your code name? Aaron? Okay, what's your code name? Aaron. All perfectly correct information, sir. But ow! Really, this is beyond a joke now. There is no further room for doubt. There. What's your code phrase? There. Wait, there or there? I said there. There. There are 3 different theirs. There's there, and there. It's there! Picture postcard gentleman. Excuse me, but who are you? One would expect the inquirer to introduce himself first. Though clearly you are not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you. Sorry, yeah, we're from the Empire of Japan. We're studying here. Oh yes, Japan. I've heard talk of the place. Please don't be racist. What? JoJo pose! Its inhabitants live on some fiery brown-colored soup, dressed up with exotic spices. You might be thinking of somewhere else. Give him the old razzle-dazzle. And what was that theatrical gesticulation about? Maybe he's in theater, or an actor. Perhaps. Anyway, if you are a gentleman, sir, you offer your own name first before inquiring after the name of another. Of course, yes, I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a lawyer. Rather, a student of law. I wonder how this guy would handle, like, the Tales of Symphonia approach. Give me your name and I'll give you mine. My name is Susato Mikotoba. I am Mr. Naruhodo's assistant. I can do your little dance again? I see. My name is... Benedict. Eggs Benedict! He's an omelet! He's eggs? Oh my god. Enchanté. He's so refined in how he holds himself and how he speaks, but that name is suspicious. He's gonna be a murderer next in the case, isn't he? Now to the matter at hand. Boogie, boogie, boogie! My overcoat! Return it at once! To someone with the style to carry it off. Every movie makes... Every breath he takes... Every movie you make, every breath you take, every something take, I'll be watching you. I can't stand watching him. This guy must be like drowning in layers of clothes. So let that be an end to the matter. Hat don't match. And thank you for your compliments. Egg. Can I just call him Egg? The Eggert Benedict. Egg. With such reasonable rates of interest, I may even decide to come back. Oh yeah, the hat doesn't match the coat. This is why I hate grown-ups. Just cause I'm a diver, everyone thinks that makes me a liar. Or how about... sorry, I know I was calling you Yoshikage Kira earlier, but how about Yoshi... Egg Kira? The contents of the coat pockets, me please, Broca. But of course, sir, here's the disc for you. Just this... There was more than one? Also, now... Maybe he's a music box disc maker? This is... I've come to make an announcement. Eggert Benedict's a bitch-ass motherfucker! Pardon, sir? I was expecting another. That is, I deposited another. Another disc. Ew, dear. I regret to inform you, sir, that what was deposited with me was merely the overcoat. The disc happened to be in one of the pockets, but I was completely unaware of it until now. So, Gutterling, you're hiding more of what's rightfully mine, aren't you? Don't make me dance my egg dance towards you! Seizo, I don't know nothing about it! Very well. Jojo! Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style. What style? The coat doesn't match your hat! Wait a minute, that disc is mine. What do you think you're doing, you little trap? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal! Oh my! Oh shit! Either Gina has really sharp nails, or she has a weapon hiding on her person. It's because of all those sharp little bumps. Oh, that's it. The man must have scratched his finger on them. I found it first, alright? I mean, it belonged to me, old man. So you're not having it. Boy, you take it. Why me? Me? If I hang on to it, they'll have me off they'll have it off me again. So you keep all of it. It's Lestrade, why is this disc so important? Oh, sorry, I just noticed they're like... Sorry, the way they're standing, it's like... Stand with your hands on your hips time. You there, in the black livery. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Hand that disc to me at once, please. No, don't! He's lying! Grown-ups are all liars! Oh boy, what do I do? How am I gonna resolve this? God, if forensics existed, this would be a lot easier. Wait, I got an idea. He could be your dad or older brother. You! Mr. Sholmes? What are you examining with such keen interest there? As you enjoy a bar Oh, okay, so... I said it was a chocolate bar earlier, but it's a caramel bar. Are you sad again? So... You found me at last, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry? After that young pickpocket sent me on my way, I was forced to lurk in the shadows. Cruelly ostracized as the rest of you partook in the jovial atmosphere of fellowship. I had nothing to occupy my mind, but was too ashamed to let society see what my downfall had done to me. So feigning mock interest, I pretended to examine the tedious trinkets in this desolate place. Whilst, as you shrewdly observed, gnawing on the only friend I have left, this 7% color solution of caramel. Don't eat your friends! Pray, do you fully understand the depths of my despair, Mr. Naruhodo? But how could you? I was so lonely, so desperately lonely. Why did you just rejoin the conversation? Things have gone from bad to worse here, you know. Yes, I have heard much of your conversation. Or rather, in my craving for human contact, my ears devoured every word that was uttered. You really were sad, weren't you? Poor Mr. Sholmes, I feel awful for you. It would seem that my inferences are correct. Were you... Oh, surely you're not about to tell us that you've solved the entire case once again? Oh boy, is it one of his crap deductions? My dear madam, sometimes I wonder, were my genius for deduction to be commoditized, how much could I pawn for it? I want for something I'm talking metal. Sees Mr. Sholmes has had another of his flashes of inspiration. I just imagine, like, Sholmes, like, lurking around the group with puppy dog eyes, like, look at me! But who knows what will help to resolve the situation between Miss Lestrade and Egg. What's the right thing to do here? Fine. I'll be wrong, but... it's probably the only way to progress the game / cur. Well, Miss Lestrade, it would appear you find yourself in something of a predicament. Where the blue blazes have you been, eh? Pardon? When a lady's in trouble, a true gent's supposed to be there to help. Straight away. Nope. Not an hour later. Harsh. She just killed him. Ew. And who, pray tell, are you? Mr. Egg. You have, in my eyes, a veritably encyclopedic array of curiosities about your person. Nevertheless, there are two immovable conclusions I have drawn. I beg your pardon. The first is this. The true reason for your visit to the pawnbrokery today is something you have not yet revealed. And the second is this. A considerable crime is in contemplation. One you will orchestrate with intent to steal a vast sum of money. Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my deductions? Oh yeah, like... he just popped it like, you, jacket, gimme! Oh, living up to your name, Yoshikage Egg. He's turned white as a heart. I wonder what this guy thinks of Easter eggs. It would seem that once again Mr. Sholmes has made a flawless deduction. Please tell me this guy's hat is full of eggs. Or his hair is in the stuff of sunny side up egg. Just who do you think you are, sir? Oh yes, as I hoped. Paradise is closed. Like, hello, sir. I would like to put this jacket in pawn. Oh shit! Did a rainbow throw up on your clothes, good sir? Like, if he tie-dyes a shirt, he does a very, very bad job at it. That's precisely the pained expression I was looking for. JoJo poses for everyone. So, shall we begin? Time has come for yet another Urlock Shob's Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Featuring Egg. The game is afoot. Also, sorry, quick water break. Tie-dye wheels. You claim to have followed this pickpocketer, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. Theater? Oh, as revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place? Staff recruitment flyer. That's... they're looking for work. Also, hi, puppy. The piece of paper in your hand is a staff wanted advertisement from this very shop. Yet even the most unobservant would soon realize that a man of your appearance has no need of such employ. Look, maybe this is a little too fancy. Like, imagine walking into a job interview dressed up to the nines like this guy, top hat and cane and all. It's like, hello, my name is Eggs Benedict. In other words, there's some ulterior motive for your actions. Dang, he cast that paper real quick in. Sorry, just noticing on this cane, there's like an A-G. Unless Eggs Benedict is like some sort of false name. The cane, which you unwittingly clutched to your person, exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. What utter rot! I've had this cane for years! You stole it. Contradiction of which I speak, of course, is the missing ferrule. The bottom tip? Average guy. I lied to you all. My name isn't really Eggs Benedict. My name is Deviled Eggman. The end of any walking cane will be terminated with a metal ferrule to protect the wooden tip. And yet, detailed analysis shows the wooden tip of this stick to be utterly bare. Therefore, there is one conclusion. The rod that you hold in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane, over easy, is in fact no cane at all. It's a weapon, isn't it? You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer of the next conundrum to present itself. Sorry. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle which you evidently would like to conceal is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. Sorry, quick water break. Also, I feel like the handle bit, he's kind of close, but if he isn't referring to the initials on it, then yeah. Water break. From the moment I saw it, my suspicions were aroused. This is not the time to be horny! What walking cane demands such a stout handle, mused I. But of course, as I said, this is no walking cane. No, that rod. Is a broken handle of a shovel. Dude's got lower. He went to the Yu-Gi-Oh! School of Eyeliner. Are you insane? And now, having determined this undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. Your true motive for coming here is to dig. Was to take employment at this establishment in order to excavate the ground beneath the premises. What a calculated crime you have conceived, sir. A wickedly calculated crime. Egg is a dwarf and he's digging a hole. Diggy diggy hole. And Tom gave him tips and laughed. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. We must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath this pawnbrokery with a broken shovel? What on earth do you propose I could expect to find there? Eggs? Some long-forgotten treasure, I suppose. Save for such a fanciful theory, what possible reason could I have to do as you say? Going to pick up your jacket by steampunk Shaggy. Like, I wanted my coat! I just wanted my jacket, not steampunk man, and talk about digging under the store. Oh, but there is ample reason. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Is he... Sorry, I was thinking either he's looking off to the side or he's looking behind himself. Maybe at the skull. Ah, your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider what would motivate a man to infiltrate a shop such as this. Sholmes, why does voicing your lies make my throat weird? Dig it beneath its floor. Council notice. On the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. This letter gives notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. Wait. I just noticed the gun was next to the ledger. According to the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewerage works. Beneath the shop runs a sewer that adjoins another, one that runs under the bank on the opposite side of the road. You're not suggesting he's trying to dig his way to the bank and steal. Sasato's like, oh, Senpai, you're doing so well! And Naruto is just like, face-palming so hard his hand broke. This madness has entered the sewers now, has it? By excavating the ground beneath our feet, you would gain access to the waterway. That flows in very close proximity to the Great Vault of the financial institution opposite. What are you? In summary, sir. You devise a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery by dint of the underground tunnels. Excavate! Master plan! Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. With what plunder did the thief hope to make off from the underground vaults of the bank? Oh yeah, I know usually it ends streams at midnight, but for Ace Attorney, I usually stop when it hits a to be continued. So, but like if I'll keep going, but I'm thinking maybe 1 a.m. for me, like an hour from now, will be the cutoff. Excuse me. Are you quite serious? Having consulted with Scotland Yard some days ago, I happen to know the answer. But naturally, the answer is no secret to you, is it, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. Oh, midnight. Oh, wow, I'm an hour ahead. You see this picture postcard? Sholmes, are you suggesting he wants to dig a hole to the bank to steal the money, either to attend the Crystal Tower thing, or hide it all in there? A postcard of the Great Exhibition? I'm afraid you've quite lost me. Currently in the final stages of preparation, the Great Exhibition will soon be underway. The government has provided extra funds to complete its centerpiece, the Crystal Tower. Wait. Oh. Funds that currently sit in the vault of the bank on the other side of the road. Why did the chicken cross the road? To steal money from the bank. Pardon? Yes, the considerable crime you have contemplating is the theft of that which sits in the vault of that bank. A special reserve fund for the great exhibition. You realize that just like 10 minutes ago. Of course, that is top secret police information, so... Dude! Let's conclude Sherlock Holmes' Great Deduction of this pawnbroking puzzle. More like piece of poopy. Mr. Holmes. Well, Mr. Naruto? An impressively upbeat deduction for a detective racked with loneliness, would you not agree? Wasn't sure what you said about the bank over the road and what it has in its vault. Indeed, though few know of its existence, it is one of the government's most closely guarded secrets. Gregson told me in the strictest confidence. I think if Gregson was here right now, you'd be fired or booted off / banned from interacting with Scotland Yard. Area 51 of the UK. But you just announced it to everyone here. Rather loudly, in fact. And if it's such a big secret, how would Mr. Benedict have come to find out about it? There could be but one explanation for that. Clearly it's because the man is a criminal! Being a criminal doesn't make you a mind reader. But what if he didn't know anything about the money in the vault? If he is a criminal, as you said, then buying a brand new shovel is sure to be the first thing he'd do by now. Ew. Or if he doesn't, maybe Mr. Windibank will. He already has plenty of shovels here. Oh, my life! I assure you I'm not so unscrupulous. Well, hopefully this has taught you a valuable lesson. Me? Sensitive information must be handled with the utmost care. Yeah, I'll learn not to handle it like you did. One can never be sure that someone privy to secrets won't disclose them. And once the word is out, it's out. Perhaps I'll think twice before confiding in you next time, Mr. Holmes. An excellent idea, Mr. Naruto. An excellent idea. Well then, Mr. Naruto, you know what to do, I'm sure. Yes, let's listen to that Great Deduction again. And see if we can massage it into shape. Okay, oh yeah, I might not voice much of it, since a lot of it's just repeating. Let us start once more from the beginning. Rewind button. Of Sherlock Holmes' magnificent logic and reasoning spectacular. Lars? There we go. So by Mr. Holmes' reasoning, Mr. Benedict came here in order to apply for a job so he could dig down through the floor. Yes, in an attempt to tunnel into the sewers to gain access to the money in the vault. But he wouldn't get very far with a broken shovel, would he? It's far from broken, it's pretty much no longer a shovel. No, I think it's fair to say his motives lie elsewhere. The question is, where? What did Mr. Benedict here bring at this point in time? Oh, hello! Oh, look at all the scribbled notes on the back of the flyer here. I don't believe it. What is it? Listen to what it says. Name, Gina Lestrade. Height, 5'2". She's 2 inches taller than me! Green cap, scruffy waistcoat, grubby white shirt, blue satchel, ragged. It's a detailed description of Miss Lestrade. Or Lestrade. Yeah, goodness. There's even a sketch of her, hat and all. A rather cute sketch. Like, albeit a little strange. Although if he showed it to her, she'd fire that smoke grenade launcher in his face. And look, the details of the shop have been written down here too. Winterbank's Pawnbrokery, Baker Street. Redemption deadline, 15th of April. Which is today's date. Why would Mr. Benedict have all that information scrawled on the back of that paper? Do they say the same thing? Suspicious writing on the back of a suspicious flyer in the hand of a suspicious gentleman. Sus! I'm tolerant of you. Can we trade? I didn't think there was anything suspicious about the flyer, Mr. Naruhodo. But yes, Miss Straw's name and height and a description of the clothes. Not to mention the sketch for likeness, which I'm fairly sure she wouldn't take lightly. Like, my eyes ain't that small! And today's date. We can't let this go, can we? It's far too suspicious. Is it? Okay, guess I have to... Yes! Yes! Shorties unite! Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is the info about Miss Lestrade. Quite so, my dear fellow. It would appear that the writing and sketch on the reverse of the flyer pertains to the pickpocket Miss Lestrade and to Mr. Winterberg's pawnbrokery. He originally told us that he had merely given chase after Miss Lestrade had stole the redemption ticket from you. But that, sir, Shiangi, is a thinly veiled lie. It is the information on the back of the flyer that led you here today. By which I mean, here to Winterbank's pawnbrokery, and today, the redemption date of the overcoat. So you waited outside for the young girl matching the description you have written down to arrive. Humph. And you have gone to some lengths to hide the reason for your pursuit of Miss Lestrade. Boom! What's a ferrule? It's the metal cap commonly found on the end of a cane, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, the bit that makes a nice clacking sound. Yes, exactly. And Mr. Schultz is right. It appears to be missing on this cane. But it doesn't look broken, does it? No, it doesn't. Though the gentleman certainly did recoil when Mr. Schultz identified the cane as suspicious. In other words, there's some secret about the cane that Mr. Benedict would rather we don't know. Egg boy, what are you hiding? Look here, Mr. Sato. There are some letters on the handle. Ah yes, those must be initials, I think. In the West, it's customary for people to engrave their belongings with the first letters of their names. So Herlock Schultz will be HS, you mean? That's right. And the initials on this cane, obviously... AG. Why does it feel as though that's not quite right? Ags Genedict?
Take that!
The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the initialing. A most astute observation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Eggs? Mr. Yoshikage Egg. You are led to believe, sir, that your initials are EB. Yet in the most possessive manner, you have in your grasp a cane bearing the initials AG. I was thinking, do I know anyone with those initials? Oh, we don't know his age, and Dang it, his hair isn't styled like an egg. Young English gentleman with an aloof and high-handed manner. An incontrovertible contradiction indeed, would you not agree? No, you're wrong. This cane isn't... You said before that you had that cane for years. So don't try to tell us that you just borrowed it from a friend or found it in the park. In short, though you hold yourself to be a gentleman, you have withheld your true name. Oh, that's a different animation. You recoil, sir. Something wrong? Well, Let's consider the bare bones of what's happened here. Miss Lestrade redeemed that fine-looking overcoat. And now a mysterious man has appeared, introducing himself with a fake name, and claiming that the overcoat belongs to him. But we know that he actually identified Miss Lestrade from a written description, which suggests that everything else he told us is untrue. So what we need to do here, somehow prove that the overcoat can't belong to him. Oh, the seam on the shoulder there is coming apart. Look. Oh, it's because it's too big. It's too small for him? So it is. Do you know a moment ago when Mr. Benedict was surprised by something that was said? I thought I heard him make a rather strange noise. Oh, that sound! And I think that's probably the sound of the seam ripping open. If you look closely, it does seem to be a very tight fit. Please stop interrogating me, my armpits itch like crazy. The sleeves are stretched to bursting and he wouldn't have a hope of fastening it at the front. If he were to run around in it, I'm sure the whole thing would fall apart. Do you fancy him? Sorry? So how can we make Mr. Benedict run around? She's really giving this some thought.
Take that!
The split seam, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle. Yes, because the overcoat is rather obviously a poor fit. Having forced it over your broad shoulders, the seam is already breaking apart. My suspicions were... Stops using that phrase from the outset. When he so baldly lied about your name and so waylaid this pickpocket. Are you calling me bald? This catalog of untruths has all been for one very specific purpose. To steal the article that the young girl redeemed from Mr. Winterbank. But what really irks me is this. Like a... No more bank. No bank for you. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. Oh, sorry, I thought it was different. I thought it was the same old text, but you suggest that I, a gentleman, designed a wheeze to filch some tawdry article of pawnage? Have you forgotten that I redeemed the article in the proper manner using the watchword? Whee! Had I not been the one to deposit it in the first place? How could I possibly have known the relevant details? N'est-ce pas? I don't know if I pronounced that right. Ew, but the watchword can be discovered. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Please don't tell me, like... I just imagine, like, if you look over to the side, you see Mr. Windibank has a giant poster of watchwords. And your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Well, let's consider how one might come to learn a secret watchword. The method is revealed by the council notice. Why would it be on there? The direction of the deduction must change rather dramatically now, I think. Yes, no more talk of tunneling into the sewers. Which is a pity, because it all sounded rather exciting. Anyway, you can't deny that this mysterious gentleman didn't know the watchword. Yes, Professor. Is that a picture of a cat? First a picture of a dog, now a picture of a cat. If you didn't know the watchword, Mr. Windibank would never allow you to redeem the article. Or, looking at another way, if you did know the word, Mr. Windibank will allow you to redeem the article whether it was yours or not. So the question is, could this gentleman have found the watchword out somewhere? Notelet. Look at this, Mrs. Hato. Ah, it appears to be a memo that Mr. Windibank has scribbled to himself. Let's see, what does it say? Oh, apparently he will write he'll write big ass code words in plain sight. Mr. Windibank must make a note of the watchwords his customers give him, right before their eyes. And an alarmingly clear script as well. Oh geez, I don't know where to look. Who knows what other secrets I might see? What other secrets were you worried about? Underwear?
Take that!
The method is revealed by the notelet on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. Yes, the broker here follows the same procedure whenever a customer comes to redeem an article. He asks the customers for the watchword and notes down the response uttered on a notelet he has to hand. Then he consults his ledger and confirms whether or not the watchword matches that of the article in question. Okay, really silly thing, but something I think earlier this was called a dance of deduction, and I still imagine with all the constant dramatic spins and turns, like maybe either Sholmes is waltzing with the suspect, or maybe at some point it's Sholmes waltzing with Naruto to sort of switch off waltzing with the suspect. Rotisserie with a side of egg. You spin this egg right round. I would expect nothing less of a diligent pawnbroker. But his diligence clearly has its disadvantages. What are you talking about? Is that it? I can't... Okay, maybe it might have been a glitch. Maybe it's because I haven't... Yeah. I can't remember if I turned down the graphic settings on this, but it looks like there's some sort of glitch on the dude's eye. Unless it's intentional, or I'm just seeing things. It is increasingly apparent that you were present in this shop before your accusation against Miss Lestrade. Lestrade. In all likelihood, you followed her inside, and then observed her talking to Mr. Windibank. When the diligent broker made a note of the watchword, as is his common practice, you observed him writing the word professor on the notelet beside the ledger. Okay, Mr. Egg, you might need to get your eyes checked. And that, sir, was the master plan you devised to steal the pawned article from the young Miss Lestrade. Master plan! Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. Why would you go to such lengths to redeem that particular article from this pawnbroker? Did Shaggy ever use a watchword? What if he's like, I'm a great detective, I don't need a watchword. I wonder if it was like that. Are you quite serious? For an ill-fitting overcoat hardly seems to justify the effort, much less a worthless music box disc. But naturally, you had very good reason to make them yours, didn't you, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Not sure this swag. How about peace? Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. Oh god, just imagine, like, my watchword is poop. Why? Would any distinguished English gentleman say the word poop so confidently? Interesting piece of evidence. Yeah. Can we take off his hat? Because he might be hiding something in it. Or check out the pockets. The articles we're talking about are the overcoat and the music box disc. Which, according to Mr. Winterbank, isn't even worth a penny. And yet this man went to such lengths to steal them. Why? I wonder if perhaps we already have the evidence we need to explain it. Could we? Really? Oh! Oh! Okay, good news, we have information about why he wants this disc so bad. Bad news, McGilden's dead. I think. There's a little scrap of paper on the reverse side of the disc, and a scribbled word or two. It looks like somebody's name. For McGilded? McGilded? No way. Wait, did McGilded fake his death? But it is Mr. Naruhodo. A name I shall never forget, as long as I live. Why is his name on this?
Take that!
Wait a minute. Okay, either McGilded faked his death, or he's still dead and this disc would be delivered to him too late. Or this guy is related to McGilded. Like maybe as a son, nephew, cousin. You see, this music box disc tells us all we need to know. What's that? What's that on the back? It reads, for McGilded. This dude. Mr. Magnus McGilded. The unfortunate philanthropist who perished in curious circumstances at the Old Bailey 2 months ago. A prominent man in London, though his loan-mongering demonstrated a distinct lack of scruples. So, you're an associate of his, aren't you? Or perhaps a subordinate? Mr. McGilded was a man of unusually small stature. In fact... Is he on platform boots? It was precisely the right size for that overcoat. Really? Your true identity remains shrouded in mystery, Mr. Eggman. I still can't take that name seriously, Mr. Egg. But the final conclusion here is crystal clear. The reason you came to this pawnbrokery today... Boom! Was to retrieve an article left behind by the late Magnus McGilded. Yay! Okay, Mr. Egg, what's your real name? Well, well, Mr. Magnus McGilded, Charlie's Angels. Not a name I expected to hear in these circumstances. Mr. Sholmes, I'm afraid there's something very troubling on my mind. Pray tell, Miss Usato. Well, according to what Mr. Winterbank told us earlier, today was the final day on which the coat could have been redeemed, was it not? Did McGilda really fake his death? Like, before getting burned is like, oh, by the way, I'm leaving my jacket here, bye! Yes, Mom, that's correct. Today would be precisely 2 months since it was first deposited. Well, today is April 15th, so 2 months ago today would have been 15th February, sir. That's right. It's all carefully recorded in my ledger. Deposited at 10:30 p.m., I see. Crap, when specifically did the trial for McGilda happen? Cause I'm starting to think for this, maybe McGilda did fake his death. Yes, 15th of February. It's precisely the day on which the omnibus murder took place. Or that. Okay, my brain was going way different. And 10:30 in the evening. It's precisely the time at which the terrible events were unfolding. Suggestive is not the word. It would seem the matter is entirely beyond coincidence. Are you gonna tell us your real name yet, Egg? You are of course at liberty to make whatever outlandish deductions you choose. However... I thought he was gonna do the JoJo pose, but then all of a sudden, gun! I must insist you hand over the music box disc. Now! It would be a terrible shame for you to return to your native land in a box. What do I do? No! There's some things a man must protect. Yes, you're dude is armed constantly. This may well be one of those things. Then again, it may not. Oh! Wait. I don't see this going well. Like, is Winterbank gonna get shot and killed, and then this, like... What if Winterbank gets shot, Egg Boy is like, you can't accuse me, I'm a high-ranking member of society! And everyone's like, oh shit, he's right! Mr. Winterbank. This is my shop, I can't allow any harm to come in my customers. If that were to happen... Not you! 0 to 60, 20 and 80. Now it's at 100. Mr. Wonderbank, no. Alright, that's enough. Hey! Thank you! Inspector Gregson. Inspector? That's right, Sunshine. The alarm was raised on one of our dedicated emergency lines. So we got there as fast as we could. Now, what's all this about, eh? Oh, praise be! You're here at last! I was moments away from forfeiting my own life and my very own establishment! Wait, did he have one of those emergency... like, maybe a secret phone call? Gun down, Egg Boy. It would seem you have the upper hand. Eat shit, Egg Boy! No more overcoat for you! Right, you lot have got some explaining to do. I don't appreciate being bothered with some petty argy-bargy. Argy-bargy? Petty? Mr. Winterbank very nearly met with his end. Yeah, by his own gun as far as I can tell. Oh dear. And all of Britain couldn't meet with his end. If I don't get to the bottom of this case I'm supposed to be working on. Wait, what is the case? Spare no detail, Gregson. I might have said a little too much. Oh, it's like gumshoe. No matter, it's nothing to do with you lot. Anyway, sir, you're gonna have to come with me down to the station. How? But of course, Inspector. Before that, can I have some fish and chips? No! He's getting away! Get after him, lads! Wilson the beat officer too! Sir! Egg ballet? There's been a spate of thieves at pawn shops around here recently. I shall spin my way out of here! So we've hid emergency buttons under the counters for brokers to let us know when there's trouble. Oh, Inspector, I was very worried there for a while. Very worried indeed. Now then, Mr. Permanently in Mourning. Yes? I'll be taking out whatever it is of Mr. Gilded's down to the yard, thank you very much. So hand it over. Of course. No, don't give it to him. It's mine, that is. Mine! I'm sorry, miss. But anything that didn't belong to McGilded has to be taken in as evidence now. Evidence? If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate. Sorry, I'm just imagining, like, someone's being chased down by, someone was pinned down by police, but then all of a sudden they just ballet tore all the way out. It's all yours, Inspector. And so we handed Mr. McGilded's disc over to the Inspector Gregson. We're summarily turfed out of the shop and onto the street. You throw my one leg. There's a criminal getting away. Eggert Benedict.